Alright, here we go. Everyone get on the bus to Soup Town. My brain is nothing but soup at the soup store. Hey, awesome humans, and welcome to another oh god, they're talking again video, because I like making these. It's fun. Someone legitimately just stopped and backed up and pulled around, and I thought they were going to come over to the car and ask why I was recording them because I had my phone up. I'm not recording you. I'm not recording you. My notes are on my phone. Oh god, maybe I should stop doing this in parking lot. Let's start off with, not me. How are you all? I hope you're well. I hope you're hydrated, and if not, drink some water, you goobers, and I hope you're taking care of yourselves. Please remember you deserve to, okay? If you're wondering why I'm making another one of these, I need content. That's why, since I'm kind of making things in advance and taking a break because of events. Now, let's talk about asexuality, because I'm a bit... not mad, just it takes a lot to make me mad. I get exasperated or frustrated at things, and I think I am currently somewhere between those two after seeing a lot of discourse and shaming, and personally being at the end of that shaming offline after seeing it everywhere online. It's great. It's just a lovely little cycle. So I'm ace, and by default, that means some people don't accept that. Whatever, not my problem for you to accept something you don't experience that doesn't hurt anyone. Like, literally, your sexuality is valid, unless it's attraction to someone who can't consent, and then you have some problems to work out. In case you're new to the party, I don't experience sexual attraction, and any explanation after that, I don't owe you. Asexuality is a spectrum, a range, and I don't owe anyone any details. It's not until recently that I have had time to think about things I've done that were giant flashing signs of this isn't what a heterosexual person does and you did it for years, and realized just how heteronormative things were supposed to be and how narrow the box to stay in was. Like, I literally got called a demon child for wearing jeans by certain individuals because girls should not wear skirts. How do we break it to them? How do we tell them? How? So there are a few things that I thought of when reflecting back on the things that I can remember, and one of them was getting out of sex ed. See, family life, as it was so nicely dubbed, was a thing that you were required to take. And I went to my guidance counselor and was like, I don't want to take family life. I knew that I had to play my cards right. Because there were a few reasons I didn't want to take family life. One, I thought, okay, I know basically everything we're going to cover in this class. I know you use this, I know what not to do, and I don't think I'm ever having sex. That was literally the thought process I had. There's someone getting in their car over here. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I'm going to stop talking for a minute. Okay, he's not looking. One, you had to watch a live birth, and I knew I would vomit if I had to see that, or pass out, or do both, and I didn't want to pass out into my vomit. I thought that would be disgusting. Two, it seemed boring to me, and I just didn't want to learn about it more than I already knew. And the guidance counselor discovered I didn't have a study hall for basically the entire year, and got me one, so that kind of worked out. But yeah, no, I literally didn't want to take sex ed because I thought it would be boring. Another thing is prom. I wanted to experience prom. I wanted to go to prom. The thing was, I didn't have a date, and I had no clue how to go about getting a date, and I didn't really want to force myself into any friend groups because of how the tables were arranged. So a lot of it was like, I don't have a crush on anyone, so I don't know who to ask. I don't want to force myself into a friend group. I did have one person offer for me to sit at their table, but by the time they had offered, they already had a group of like 10 figured out, and I didn't want to intrude on that, so I was like, I'm not going to break up their seating. And I didn't go to prom because I was like, it seems like overkill to me to try to go through all this to go alone. Also, the whole stereotype that had been played up for years by adults to me, telling me that prom was people getting drunk later and doing things later, and I was scared of that. So I was like, I need to find someone who I would trust with that, and I didn't. So I had really wanted to go, and now that it's years later, I don't know if I would have changed it. I don't know if it was worth hoping to go. Another thing that happened was a joke that occurred. So I made up every excuse about not going to college. I didn't tell anyone what I wanted to go to college for. Whenever they asked, I came up with a lie. I never told anyone the same answer, and if I did, it was some variation. I came up with so many different things because I was like, oh my word, I just need to give you an answer, but I don't remember what I told this person. Scatterbrain, come up with something. So that was what happened. And the one day I had someone come up and ask me while I was talking to one of my friends in the hall about what I was doing for college, and she knew it was an uncomfortable subject for me. I think I tensed up, or I don't know what happened, but she read the situation and she turned around and goes, she's going to be a nun. And we both went with it. We both played that up. And I was never so thankful for that in my life. The reason I included the nun joke in this is because that's not the only joke that I went with. I went to a graduation party after high school. It was just girls at the table, and I don't remember how many were there. I think it was like 6. And all of them were talking about what they looked for in a guy. And I was like the last one to be asked at the table, the last person. And I sat there listening to everyone talk about characteristics and eyes and like features, and I'm like, I have no freaking idea what I'm supposed to say. And they get to me and they go, so what do you look for in a guy? And I couldn't miss a beat because I knew, I'm like, you can't hesitate. You cannot hesitate. Some of these people know your parents. So I said the first thing that popped in my head, and it was, does he have money? And everyone thought that was the funniest thing, because they laughed. It was taken as a genuine joke, and they thought it was great. And they even said it was a good joke, and I was like, I am so freaking happy that y'all think I'm kidding, because I had never experienced a crush. I don't, to this day, know of any crushes I had. There was one kid in kindergarten that tentatively I thought was a crush, but my idea of crushes as a kindergartner was very warped, so I don't count it. I never had a crush on a fictional character. I definitely had some show obsessions. That's a legit thing that happened. But probably the biggest thing, these are all mild things, probably the biggest thing is whenever an adult would ask, well, don't you want to look good for boys, or don't you want to catch someone's attention? And it's like, no, not really. The thought didn't cross my mind. No. Like, don't you want to wear flattering clothes? No. I wasn't even thinking about it. And now that you got me thinking about it, I feel really freaking uncomfortable. I feel like just to talk about, like, I feel like a piece of meat almost when people ask that question. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. Innuendo's fine. I am fine with jokes, as long as it's not directly targeting someone in a mean or cruel way. I don't want to target someone that way. If it's something that's we all know is lighthearted, then fine, whatever. Why the crap do you have to pull in by me? I'm talking to myself and you gotta pull in by me. But yeah, there are so many things that I've noticed through my life that I'm just like, that wasn't normal. That wasn't the norm. People actually do these things. People actually like it. And I don't know. And the way I best described it to other people, and by other people I mean to the one person who knows. If I tell you you look hot, it does not mean, hey, I want to make out. It means, are you feeling okay? Maybe go stand by the air conditioner, please. You look very sweaty. Are you sure we don't need to check your temperature? I think there are people who look very nice. I love complimenting people on how they look. I think that people deserve to be complimented. There's a freaking cat in this truck. I love your cat. Hi, Fluffy. Goodbye, Fluffy! Looking back on all the things where people were like, you should experience this, I felt fine not experiencing it. Like, high school when everyone was dating, and I felt pressured to date, and people were having certain conversations about things they were doing, and I felt pressured to look up things to try to make myself feel the same way. I feel content not feeling that way. I feel very much content not feeling that way. And it's relieving to know that I don't have to feel the same way as someone else. And it's not me being broken, it's not me being messed up. I'm happy that I'm who I am. And there are people who don't like who I am. And that makes me very sad sometimes. But at the end of the day, I know that Jesus loves me for who I am. And if my grandfather were alive, he'd love me for who I am. So I take peace in knowing that. Oh, by the way, I'm putting this over a drawing video. I don't think I mentioned that. Why are there so many freaking people in this parking lot? Can y'all just go home? There's still a panini going on. Leave. I don't think all of y'all are vaccinated yet.